All right. We should get back. Come on.
Start against the Rebels is the call. That penalty will push the ball back to the 45-yard line. Still first down.
All right. Hopefully we've got the stream restored. We had about a 1 second loss of power here in the new press box, and that created a problem for our live stream. But I think hopefully we've got it restored. Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah, what you missed was a run stop for the Rebels. They were able to stop the run of the Cougars. Then an overthrown pass made it 3rd and 8, and then the Rebels able to stop the run, and a 4th and 8 punt went out of bounds. Now the Rebels take over.
Rebels still lead at 15-13. Throw complete on the right hash to Stovall. He's got extra yards after the catch. Goes from the 40 down to the 31. That's a pickup of 19 yards in a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
And it might have been a touchdown for Stovall. He had to stop there in the route to make the catch. If he'd have been hitting stride, it would have been 6 for the Rebels.
They'll get it out to Easton Page outside the numbers right side. He gets 8, maybe 9 yards on first down on the catch. Rebels will have 2nd and short.
90 receiving yards for Stovall tonight. It's just on 4 catches.
2nd and 2, handoff Adcock. Not much there for him. He'll lose a yard. Play stopped at the 26-yard line.
Number 19, Garrett Adcock on the run for the Rebels. Tackle made by number 66, Eli Brewer. Ball is placed near the 24-yard line. 3rd down.
Third down and 3. We are back. Appreciate it. 3rd and 3. Wilcox on the keeper, but good job reacting and plugging up the hole there. He gets 2 of the 3 yards he needs, so 4th and 1.
Yeah, he was able to dive over some defenders, but didn't get that last yard he needed, and rightfully so. Looks like Leake's going to stay on the field.
Rebels with their big set, under 6.5 minutes to play third quarter. 4th and 1 play. Keeper for Wilcox. He's going to put that big body into the line and fall ahead to the 20 and pick up the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down at the 20. Rebels trying to add to a 2-point lead and got things rolling again here.
Yeah, Stovall and Page are going to check back into the game now. As we're back to first down. Those are 2 guys you want in the game in this situation.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Snap dropped. He shovels it ahead to Adcock to do the best he can, and he'll manage to get a couple of yards on a busted play. They'll get 2 down to the 18, 2nd and 8. Clock stops with 5:59 to play in the third quarter. For the Heat timeout, we'll take it with them. Leake Academy football continues.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family-owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Sunrise over Neshoba County signals another hard-working day, and locals know just where to get the job done right. Neshoba County Co-op serves our community, supporting farmers, gardeners, and home growers with trusted supplies and friendly advice. From feed and seed to hardware and clothing, every aisle is filled with the essentials you use to make your living. Rooted in Mississippi traditions, the Neshoba County Co-op is proud to help your work flourish. Every season, every reason. Neshoba County Co-op, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
5:58 to play in the Westside Body Shop third quarter. Leake's got 2nd and about 8 or 8.5. inside the Performance Therapy red zone. Handoff left side, sweeping inside the 15. Down to the 13 goes Garrett Adcock. Gets dragged down by Cannon McAlpin.
Yeah, the Leake Academy Rebels taking a different approach with Adcock in this second half than the first half. You saw a lot of inside runs. Like I said earlier, he navigated his way through the defensive line, past linebackers. This half, they're sending him to the outside, and it resulted in a 36-yard touchdown the last drive. And he's picking up some yardage on these plays this half.
3rd and 4. Rebels bring in Kobe Kemp, Caden Monk, also Riker Wells. So they're going to bring some size in there and bring that heavy package in, heavy to the right. They'll hand it off to the left. Adcock following blockers inside the 10 to the 5, and that's 6 for the Rebels. A 14-yard touchdown run, 3rd of the night for Garrett Adcock, and the Rebels have expanded the lead. It's now 21-13 with the extra point coming. Rebels touchdowns presented by Weaver Taxon Accounting.
He's got 53 rushing yards in this quarter just over these past 5 minutes, 7 minutes, but he's really stepped it up in this second half. Adcock playing big with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Caden Stovall to kick the extra point. It would be a big one if he can make it. And that one's blocked. So the play is dead. Coming up the middle and blocking it with the Cougars. 21-13 with 5:02 to play in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff as Leake Academy football rolls on.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-through and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Stovall launches a deep end over end kick inside the 10. Coming outside with it, McAlpin. He gets tripped up at the 30 and finished off at the 35. Jack Johnston finished him off after Joey Saki tripped him up, and Simpson takes over there after the Rebels have extended the lead out to 8 points, Coop.
Oh, yeah, it was a good run there on the return. And like you said, an 8-point lead now. Couldn't get the PAT to go, so it's going to stay at 1 possession. So not as much cushion as the Rebels wanted. But if they continue to be as consistent as they've been this half, they'll be in good shape.
Leake 21, Simpson 13, late 3rd quarter. Back to throw. In between receivers at midfield along the right hash, pass incomplete from Baldwin. Had 2 different receivers out there, but Rebels managed to have it well covered.
Yeah, Braden Welch, a little too much speed there. He overran what would have been an interception. He would have just slowed down. He was headed right for that wide receiver, which was Brady McKinney. But the throw a little off. He wasn't there for the interception.
2nd and 10. 2-by-2 set. Braxton Baldwin, the sophomore, takes a belt high snap. Pressure coming from the back, and there is a David Barm insurance sack. The linebacker coming off the edge, Jack Johnston. And they tackle him back at the 28.
Yeah, there was nothing Baldwin could do. He had no time. Johnston was there, read it well, got around the edge, and made the big play to bring up a 3rd and very long.
That's the first David Barm insurance sack of the night for the Rebel defense. Loss of 6 on the play. 3rd and 16. 3 wide receivers to the left, single receiver right. Baldwin's got Carter Pig bearing down on him, releases it, and it's intercepted by Riles Wilkerson at the 40. Up the right sideline, 30-25, and he loses his balance, goes out of bounds, but a big INT, and then a late flag comes in after the whistle. And there's also a flag back at the point where the ball was released. So we got a couple of things to look at.
Yeah, it was a great interception there by Wilkerson, but it looks like they might be calling what the Rebels definitely don't want to hear called, is they had to help the quarterback, Braxton Baldwin, off the ground, and it looks like this might stay with the Cougars.
Carter Pig came in from the right side of the offensive line unblocked. I couldn't tell if he's the one that made the hit. By his body language, I'm thinking maybe he did. But the officials are talking to the Simpson sideline right now. Now coming forward to let us know what the penalty is.
Again, there are 2 penalty flags, so we'll have to see what they both are. Looks like one might be roughing the passer.
Personal foul.
Yeah.
Roughing the passer is the call.
It is roughing the passer, and I think that's the only flag. That second flag came out just super, super late. That's going to be 15 yards. It'll move them. It won't give them a first down, though. It was 3rd and 16. Now the chains are moving. They should not be. No. They messed that up. Well, they're going to say 1st and 10, but they needed 16 yards, and the penalty gives us 15. There's no automatic first down in high school. Anyway, regardless of the error, error is going to stand 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Keeper for Baldwin gets to the outside. Rebels will run him down after a gain of about 6 yards right near midfield. Again, Johnston and Kemp combining for the tackle.
Yeah, great job there by the Cougar offensive line to create a hole for Baldwin. A great job by Baldwin to make the correct read and pick up some big yards there. Looks like a gain of about 6 for him.
Ball about a step from the midfield stripe. 3:36 on a ticking third quarter clock. Third quarter presented by Westside Body Shop. Rebels lead at 21-13. Trailed at 13-9 at the break. Get an unbalanced line, heavy to the right side for Simpson. They're going to run a halfback or a little pass to McKinney. Short pass, and great job by Braden Welch just to bury the receiver after he catches the ball short of the first down. They got it out to Thomas Jones, who makes his first catch of the night. That leaves Simpson with 3rd and about 1.5 yards.
And they had nobody fooled there. Able to pick up a few yards, but on plays like that, those are trick plays you expect big yardage out of. So it's a plus for the Rebels that they only allowed 4 yards out of it.
You had last year's quarterback, McKinney, playing at wide receiver. He feels confident throwing the ball, but he went for a little underneath route instead of the long ball because the Rebels, Joshua Gray, was covering the wide receiver going deep, Colt Walker. So 3rd down and short. And we've got a Lee Realty timeout called by Simpson. We'll keep it right here during the break. 2:27 to go in the Westside Body Shop third quarter. Rebels have taken the lead, got back-to-back touchdown drives to start this third quarter, and the defense trying to keep Simpson at bay, and got a 3rd and short coming up. And Coop, it's really a lot like you said coming out of halftime, that establishing the running game would certainly be something Leake you would think they would want to try to do, and they've certainly done that.
They have. They've held back from the pass a lot. They've held back from the deep ball especially. We've seen a lot of short passes, a lot of throws to the sideline for Wilcox, and able to find receivers in the middle of the field as well.
Yeah.
But shorter passes, not risky throws downfield, because that's what both interceptions have been for Wilcox, have been risky throws downfield.
And I think Simpson is they're saying you're not going to beat us over the top. Here's the 3rd and short play, and the Rebels stuff it in the backfield. The thumper at middle linebacker, senior Kobe Kemp, just barreled through the line and tackled Colson back at the 49. A loss of almost 4 on the play, and now it's 4th and 5, and here comes the punter.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations, and while it's only 2 minutes left in the third quarter, with the situation we're in this game, it's a big-time situation. That was a big play there with a 3rd and short for Simpson, and then it turns huge for the Rebels as Kobe Kemp comes in and makes the play. Now a punt.
Jack Ashmore stands at his 35. Warren and Stovall back deep to receive. Spiraling kick drives Stovall back. He'll let it go as it hits the 10. Dribbles in toward the end zone. Gets touched at the 1, and they'll say it was down at the 1-yard line.
What a punt.
Wow.
Ooh, I mean, they touched it, but
yeah, it was touched by the defense. Officials coming in to talk about it. It was certainly not
there's a
down
difference
or
between touched
controlled.
and down.
Now they're going to come and have a little conference about it as we stop play with 1:35 to play in the Westside Body Shop third quarter, and this could be a very big call right here. Get Leake overturned. They're going to say touchback, yeah, and you're right, Coop. That is the right call.
Yeah.
Good job by the officiating crew to get together, talk about it, and make the correction, and the ball comes out to the 20. The crowd likes that a lot better.
And you especially know that it's the right call when you look over to the Simpson sideline, their side, and nobody's mad. I mean,
nobody's jumping up and down and
there's
yelling and complaining. They know.
Every fan in the stands still in their seat on that side. So, yeah, that was the right call by the official.
1st and 10 Rebels. All right in the middle of the field at the 20-yard line. They lead at 21-13 in the closing minutes of the third quarter. With a 3 wide receiver set, handoff goes to Adcock. He gets to the second level, gets spun all the way around, and then put down at the 27-yard line, and that's a gain of 7.
Yeah, nice run there by Adcock. Like I said earlier, they bounced him to the outside this half, going back to the inside run on that play. Able to navigate his way through.
3 touchdown runs on the night for Adcock. Last year he ran for 14 touchdowns, averaged 6.5 yards per carry in his first season as a starter. 2nd and 3, they'll give it to him again. He's got room left side, big edge set there. He gets 13 yards up to the 40. Move the chains for a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and 10. In fact, they'll give him 14, give him up to the 41. A nice spot there, help the Rebels with 1 more yard. Clock under 55 seconds to play in the quarter.
It's up to 75 yards rushing in this quarter. He's taken over.
Rebels have Riker Wells on the left side as an H-back. 2 wide receivers to the short side of the field. They'll keep it on the ground. Once again, Adcock, he gets hit, but good job sort of spinning off, not taking the direct hit, and it enabled him to, he sort of hit the 0 on that, the circle on the joystick there, and it spun him forward to the 44. Gain of 3.
Yeah, this clock rolling down, it looks like offense coordinator Corey Burns just told him to stop. Hold off. We're just going to take this into the fourth quarter because that clock's winding down. Doesn't look like the Rebels are going to run out of play.
Yeah, Coach Pickens says, nope, come on to the sidelines. We played 3 quarters, 1 more to go. The Rebels lead after 3, 21-13. We'll be back in 60 seconds as Leake Academy football continues.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pet. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Baptist League Rural Health Clinics have a variety of healthcare options with primary care, pediatrics, and women's health. Providing care at 3 locations in Carthage, Walnut Grove, and Madden. Call 601-267-1470 today to schedule your appointment. Extended hours and Saturdays are available at our primary care clinic located in Carthage. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Boswell Media Sports.
From the brand new spacious press box at Thagard Field, Philip Palmertree and Cooper Sanders. The headset on, Mason Middleton behind the camera. Billy Steen back in Boswell Media Sports Studio. And Billy did some great work out here getting our Starlink set up and making sure we're able to bring things to you. We survived the little quick breaker flip that happened, and we're back 2nd and 7 to start the fourth quarter. And again, Adcock up the middle, bouncing off defenders, fights hard for 3 to the 46-yard line. Going to be 3rd down and I'll say a short 5. Call it 5. 51, Jack Lee making the tackle for Simpson. Or Simpson is in, as we said at the beginning, 4A, and they're in a league with Brookhaven and MRA. Now I'm forgetting the other. I should have that printed out in front. I probably do on my sheet somewhere. Yeah, and Park Lane. And 3rd down, though, the Rebels are going to lose yardage. They try to stay on the ground. And that time, there's too many white shirts in there at the point of attack, and the play loses a yard back to the 45. So the Rebels have 4th and 6. Coach Pickens calls for the punt team to come out. You want to keep field position in your advantage, leading by 8, because you're just still a 1-score game.
Yeah, especially if, of course, if you would have taken that 9-point lead earlier, this situation, why not go for it? 2-possession game, 10 minutes left, but in this situation, definitely punting here. That's the right decision.
Caden Stovall receives the snap, punts it. Trying to block it. Fair catch signaled for and called at about the 12-yard line. Good punt there. 45 yards, or 43 yards on the punt. Simpson takes over. We're in the opening 2 minutes, 10:33 to play in the fourth quarter. That's presented by your friends at the Neshoba County Co-op. Tonight's broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association. 1st and 10, Cougars from the 12, moving right to left, south to north. They'll get all their personnel out there. And sophomore quarterback Braxton Baldwin in the shotgun. Handoff, Colston tries to go right tackle, turn it upfield, but Caden Monk forced him to the inside where there was a lot of pursuit and help. Talon Dillard made the tackle along with Braden Welch, and a gain of just 1, 2nd and 9 for the Cougars.
Yeah, Coach Pickens must have had a talk there at halftime, because over these last few drives, the Rebels have really contained Colson in a better way they did in the first half. They've held him back. They've played fast and strong against him.
2 wide outs. Power set. Throw slant. Too tall for Walker. Incomplete. And good coverage there from Joshua Gray, and hit him hard as the ball sailed through his hands. In fact, Walker is down right now, right along the 32-yard line, the 22-yard line. We got timeout called in his behalf. 9:54 to play in the ball game. I'll give you a recap presented by Wilcox Funeral Home. You were 6-6 at the end of the third quarter. Simpson led it 13-9 at halftime. The Rebels come in and outscore Simpson 12-0 in the third quarter. Get this 21-13 lead that they're protecting right now, but as we mentioned just a moment ago, still a 1-score game. So a lot of work to do for the Rebel defense and the Rebel offense. Let's see there. You got a couple of scores?
Oh, yeah. A couple scores. Looking, Starkville, Oak Grove, 33-30 with 9:31 left in the third quarter. An absolute shootout.
Wow.
Over there.
Defense need not apply.
Oh, yeah. Oxford playing up a little bit north in Collierville. They're trailing 29-26. North Pontotoc picks up a 35-0 win over Boonville. Of course, Grenada with a 42-6 blowout over Pine Bluff. Looks like at the end of the third quarter, Choctaw County led East Webster 7-0. That's a rematch of a 3A state championship a season ago.
Injured player Colt Walker has walked off the field on his own. Going to get looked at by the trainers on the far sideline. 3rd down and 9. Simpson from the 13. Rebels kept that four-man front in place all night. Safeties checking down a little bit. They're going to put it in the air. Going deep. One-on-one play. McKinney reaches out, pulls it in at midfield, and they've got a huge gain from the 13 up to the 49. That's a 38-yard gain and moves the sticks. What a huge third down conversion for the Cougars.
Oh, yeah, that was an incredible throw from the quarterback, Braxton Baldwin, to the former quarterback, Brady McKinney. McKinney able to stretch out and make the grab. He put it right over the defender Wilkerson's head. And a great throw there from Baldwin.
That's a momentum-shifting play from the Simpson offense. They on the right hash at the Rebel 49. 9.5 minutes to go. Handoff, Colston looks left, jets back to the right, and the Rebels will swarm him, eat him up behind the line of scrimmage. Rebels had Kemp, and you also got to credit 56 Allen Olivo for getting back there and just sort of stonewalling that play. Loss of 2.
Yeah, it seems like there's been a little bit of a switch. It's like the pass defense is struggling a little more for the Rebels in this second half, while the run defense has been a lot better than it was in the first half.
2nd and 12. Play fake, throw, deep right side. Wilkerson in good position, but he never turned his head around, and the flags are going to come from every direction. Pass interference. We're trying to find McKinney on that go route up the right sideline like they ran 2 plays ago.
And that's going to be at least the second time I know this game that Wilkerson picks up a pass interference just because he wasn't looking at the ball. Saw it early on in the game. It was on that first drive for Simpson, just a deep throw high in the air. Could have had an interception over there in the first quarter, and his eyes were not on the ball, picks up a pass interference. Same situation there. It might have been a little more out of reach than that first one, but got to be looking up for the ball as a defensive back.
That moves it 15 yards ahead, right close to the 35-yard line in LA territory. Rebels 21, Simpson 13. Simpson on the march. This drive started at the I didn't see where it started. I didn't mark it. It started at the 12. That's right. There it is. I wrote it down. Wrote down the wrong place. 1st and 10. Handoff. Not much there for McAlpin. He gets knifed down by Kobe Kemp. Made the tackle, a loss of 1. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, League defense, they have to continue to play consistent. Like we said, the penalties, you can't have a lot of those. You can't have a lot of big plays given up. You just have to be consistent. I know that's the basic coach's answer. That's what the Rebels need.
Simpson's shuttling Colston back into the game and out of a run, a kind of a quick hit sort of play, and the flag comes out, heaving it up the field. Incomplete inside the 5-yard line was Baldwin, but I don't think they had everybody set at the line of scrimmage when they threw the ball.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little bit of movement from Joshua Donovan over on the outside as a slot receiver. He's a 5'10", 215-pound offensive lineman, defensive lineman they sent out there. Number 76, I think, picked that one up.
Yeah, they tried to give a quick look. Ethan Womack lined up out there like they were going to run a bubble screen way out along the numbers. Had that big lineman out there. The Rebels didn't panic at the little tricky play there. Looks like they're going to shuttle in their regular offensive unit. We've got 7.5 minutes to play in the final quarter. 2nd down and 16. Handoff, Colston. Hit once in the backfield on his feet. Hit twice, stays up, turns upfield, gets positive yards, and it's tripped up by Riles Wilkerson at the 36. So he picks up 5, and it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, Wilkerson with a little help from Garner able to make that stop because he was running with power. His Colson running like he was in the first half, and just a big stop there by that last defense for the Rebels.
Third down play. They converted a big third down earlier in this drive. Two receivers, one each to each side. Here's Baldwin looking right. Pumps, chase from the pocket by Caden Monk, throws, and it's nearly intercepted by Joshua Gray, but it falls incomplete, 4th and 11.
Yeah, he thought he had his receiver there early on, but hesitated, and then he had to roll out to create more time as defenders were chasing after him. Then a little inaccurate throw on the run there makes it 4th down and long.
And it looks like a Lee Realty time. Simpson with a 4th down play coming up. We'll stay right here. We're pretty well caught up on breaks. So we'll reset things for you here. 6 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the game. Rebels 21, Simpson 13. It's opening ball game. The Rebels will be at Jackson Academy next Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff from the Brickyard. And, of course, the Crossgates Jewelers pregame will start around 6:10. Never have to worry about what time we come on the air if you subscribe to the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
So do that and all will be well. Premier Medical Carthage is the official wellness sponsor of Leake Academy Athletics. You can visit them at pmgm.net. Find out about their services in Leake County. 4th and 11. Offense coming onto the field. So big 4th down play for both these ball clubs.
Got Brady McKinney in the slot right now, and expect him to be targeted as he's been quite the target tonight for his fellow quarterback Baldwin.
Back to throw, pocket collapses, deep throw, wide open in the middle of the field, caught in the end zone, touchdown for number 4, Colt Walker. TD catch of the night, and what a big conversion. The secondary just blew some coverage there and turned him loose.
Yeah, it was a big play there because he ran that post route, but the defender that was covering him couldn't see who that was, but he actually saw McKinney break open on a corner route, saw him looking that way, then last second Baldwin sees out of the corner of his eye that Walker is wide open in the middle of the field, and he makes a great throw to get to him for the touchdown, and now a chance to tie it.
So we're at 21-19, and, of course, a 2-point conversion attempt coming up here from Simpson. They'll place the ball right in the middle of the field. Now they'll move it over to the left hash. 6.5 minutes to go. Try to tie this game with a 2-point play. Line up 2 receivers on the left. Move that to the slot. Early motion. Look at maybe an illegal shift. They had 2 guys moving at the same time. Is that what it is? Yep, illegal shift. Take it back 5 yards.
Illegal shift is the call.
Yeah, not ideal for the Cougars. That's not what you want, especially on a 2-point conversion, because you only have one chance. Now they're going to have to go for about 7 yards on this 2-point conversion.
Coach Todd Mangum coming out near the hash to get the explanation from the referee. Officials talking about it. They haven't moved the, or have them? Yeah, they have moved the ball back. So we'll play the 2-point conversion from about 8 yards out now. Probably not going to change the play call that much. They're probably going to put it in the air. They'll put 2 receivers out to the right. They may not run that. Twice they've tried to run that big lineman out into the slot, and they've gotten penalties on both plays. 21-19 with a potential game-tying 2-point conversion coming up here. Baldwin in an empty set backfield. Now they will move that big lineman out to the slot. Get some motion to the right. And grabbed, thrown, and incomplete. there and grabbed Baldwin by the shirt. He threw it away incomplete. Hold against Simpson is the call, and of course it'll be refused, and the Rebels will keep the lead. Team will take the break and come back with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
When it comes to finding the perfect home, experience matters. Lee Realty is connecting buyers with quality new construction homes tailored to their needs. Hey, it's Stacey O'Neill with Lee Realty. Whether you're starting fresh or upgrading, our team will guide you every step of the way, making the process simple, smooth, and stress-free. Ready to get started? Give us a call today.
We don't want everyone's business, just yours. Lee Realty, 206 West Beacon Street, Philadelphia. 1-562-7123.
Boswell Media Sports.
J.D. Lane, big, tall youngster, will kick it off after the Cougar touchdown. They failed on the two-point conversion. Squibbed right up the middle, taken on the hop by Braden Welch. He'll just go to his knees at the 33-yard line, and Leake will start there, still leading 21-19 with 6.5 minutes to play.
And they've been feeding Adcock in this half. It was 6 minutes and 29 seconds left. Keep feeding him. Keep the ball in his hands and let him run this clock out.
Rebels have all three of their Lee Realty timeouts, but Cougars just have one left.
If you're Leake Academy and at this point you're in, you don't want to use your timeouts.
That's right.
You have no reason
That's
to.
right. So only one chance to stop the clock if the Rebels can get a time-consuming drive going. Out of the shotgun, handoff, good lane right side for Adcock, and he'll pick up 5 to the 38. Where he gets tackled, Garrison Warren and Carver Conway making the tackle. Second and 5. The Rebels are going to take a lot of time. We can work in our third quarter in sports trivia. In fact, we've got an official timeout, the heat timeout. Our power outage in the third quarter kind of threw us off schedule here. So y'all give Coop a break here. This is his first ever.
Am I the one being triggered?
Yes. You get to pick an answer to the question. We're going to talk about winning streaks. The team, and this is longest high school football winning streaks in Mississippi history. Public school, private school, whatever. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 choices. Longest win streak, is it, are you ready? Is it Starkville? Is it Taylorsville, the Tartars? Or is it the South Panola Tigers?
Oh, it's the South Panola Tigers.
Oh, man, we got to make some harder questions for you.
I was thinking the Simmons Blue Devils. It might not be the longest in history.
Simmons Blue Devils are second at 54, but South Panola between 2003 and 2008 won 89 straight football games.
I got one for you right here, Philip. Who ended that 54 streak for Simmons?
Oh, for Simmons, I'm not sure. I know who ended it for. I think I know who ended it for the Tigers, but Adcock goes on first down. Doesn't get much anything back, maybe lost half a yard. So the Rebels will have 3rd and 5+. Clock moving, 5:44, 5:43. All right, you're going to have to tell me who ended that streak. It wasn't Nanawayo.
It was the Nanawayo Warriors.
Nanawayo Warriors.
1A state championship game after 4 straight years of state championships for Simmons.
I should have known. All right, 3rd down play. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Back to throw is Wilcox. Well protected, but then pressure in his face. Ball gets tipped, and the pass didn't even make it past the line of scrimmage. Spent a little too long back there and got pressure from Colston, and he got his hand up and deflected the ball, and the Rebels are going to have to punt it away with 5:19 to go.
What a defensive showing that was for Simpson. Almost said Simmons on that drive. Just
Simpson's S looks a little bit like the Simmons. S, the Blue Devils S. And Simpson has the Superman color palette.
Oh, yeah. They're very far from each other geographically, though.
Stovall stands at his 25 to punt it away, but last Lee Realty timeout spent, and the coaches a little bit exasperated. The right personnel going or what? We'll stay right here. Punt coming, 4th and 6. Last drive, Simpson took it into the end zone on a 4th down and 11 play. 36 yards on the pass from Baldwin to Walker. There's the second time they've connected for a touchdown. 2-point play failed. And leaves the score at 21-19. Simpson stands to get another opportunity. Lots of time left. Now Simpson's got their punt coverage team back onto the field at the line of scrimmage.
It's McKinney back to receive.
Goes over the head of Stovall. He hesitates for a moment. It goes down. It's recovered inside the 10-yard line. Huge special teams error there at the worst possible time. Sets up a performance therapy red zone opportunity for Simpson, trailing by 2.
Yeah, and it looks like that Stovall froze for a second there, not knowing what to do. And like we said, this is his first year kicking punting for the Rebels, and unable to get the recovery there. Now Simpson in prime position.
From the 9, 1st and goal. What a huge turnaround. Now they line up in an I formation, do the Cougars. First time we've seen it. Hand off to the tailback. Colston hit, bounces his feet right side, but Joshua Gray gets on his back and rides him down before he can get to the outside and hit the corner. A yard or so on the play, back to the 10. Fourth quarter presented County Co-op, and that one got scary for a second, but great pursuit by Joshua Gray.
Yeah, Colston, he had some space there. And the Rebels able to close that space quickly, and a very strong tackle it was by Gray.
Cougars still don't have their play call in. Now they get to the line of scrimmage with 6 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to snap it in a hurry. 2-1, snap it back in the shot. Baldwin throws, catch made inside the 5-yard line by McKinney. And just went to the ground. Double on the far sideline, so timeout called in behalf of Caden Monk, who's on his back, and David Jones is going to head out there with 4:11 to play in the Neshoba County Co-op fourth quarter. So play stops there. When we resume, it'll be 3rd and goal from about the 3. The look of it out here. Looks like they're looking at the leg of Caden Monk, but that's as far as we'll say. He's back up on his feet quickly. Getting a little bit of assistance, so hopefully just a cramp. (21-19) the score. So 3rd down and goal from the 3. They've got the tush-push formation, trying to jam it up the middle. Looks like the Rebels are going to stand it up and stop it at the 1.
Yeah, good stop there.
4 minutes to go, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Usually you would see an indication from those big offensive linemen throwing their hands up in the air if he's in the end zone. Didn't look like he was close enough for them to even do that.
4th and goal, ball just outside the 1. What do you think they're going to do it again?
No, it's definitely Definitely one of those things, you can just try to push it again or try to change it up. But either way, this goal line standing's got to be huge for the Rebels.
Game could ride on this. Under 3.5 minutes to play. Under center goes Baldwin. Going to try to sneak, push him in, and he gets across the painted line. Touchdown, Simpson.
Yeah, he went more to the outside of the inside part of that offensive line there instead of straight up the middle. Tried to go through the B gap, looked like, and he's able to get in.
Simpson 25, Leake 21. They'll line up to kick point after attempt. Looks like they'll get in that swinging gate formation. 3:18 to play. Another fourth down conversion for a touchdown for the Cougars in the fourth quarter.
Another one of those weird formations for the PAT.
Kick is up, and it's good. Simpson 26, Leake 21 with 3:18 to play. We'll be back with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff on Boswell Media Sports.
Sunrise over Neshoba County signals another hard-working day, and locals know just where to get the job done right. Neshoba County Co-op serves our community, supporting farmers, gardeners, and home growers with trusted supplies and friendly advice. From feed and seed to hardware and clothing, every aisle is filled with the essentials you use to make your living. Rooted in Mississippi traditions, the Neshoba County Co-op is proud to help your work flourish. Every season, every reason. Neshoba County Co-op, Philadelphia.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank covers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Boswell Media Sports.
Yeah, let's do. Sky kick taken out of the numbers by Will Garner. He's going to work toward the far sideline. Get a gain up past the 35, and the Rebels take it with 3:13 to play, trailing Simpson 26-21.
Now, Philip, on that entire last possession for the Cougars, it was George Wilcox on the sideline, nobody but him and Corey Burns talking. You got to have a quarterback who's dialed in on the same page as the offensive coordinator, not just goofing off on the sideline. He's dialed in, and he's got to be a senior quarterback here.
It is clutch time to deliver. 4 wide outs, 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Quick throw into the slot, complete Stovall, sheds a tackler, 45, 50, 40. He puts on the Jets. He is going the distance. He's going for speed. That's a touchdown on one play. 64 yards, 6 for the Rebels.
Stovall evading tacklers makes a huge play. You said they had to deliver, and they delivered on that play. What a connection to Stovall from Wilcox. What a play for the Rebels.
Instant offense. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. It's 27-26 Rebels, and they're going to go for 2, move the ball over to the left hash. Exactly 3 minutes to go. Wow.
What a play for the Rebels. Like I said earlier, big-time players, big-time plays, and big-time situations.
From the shotgun. Bring a man in motion left to right. They'll roll out. Wilcox looking in the end zone. Looking, throws complete for the 2-point conversion in the back of the end zone. Caught by Easton Page. And 2 more for the Rebels. Leake 29 and Simpson 26 with 3 minutes to play.
I think Wilcox and Burns had a good conversation there during that drive.
I'll say I'll have what they're having.
What a little bit of a jump pass there on the conversion. He rolled out, stopped, leaped in the air, and put it perfectly
Squeezed it right between two Cougar defenders. Page, who was about 7-8 yards in the back of the end zone, and he got it right in that number 6 on that blue jersey. Boy, what a turnaround on both sides. This thing is spinning like a top here on the 488, and we still got 3 minutes of ball left to play. Leake has retaken the lead, 29-26. Yeah, that pass was a quick pass out to midfield. That pass was a 10 to 15-yard route. And you're probably about a 10-yard route. And like you said, Coop, I mean, he just shed tacklers, and all of a sudden we got into the open. He put on the afterburners and went up the numbers right side into the end zone.
Yeah, Stovall, 5 catches tonight, 155 yards on the game, and that brings Wilcox to 243 passing yards on the game.
Caden Monk back out there. He had left with what was looked to be a cramp. It's good to see 34 back out there. So here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff from Stovall. Kicks it from the 40. Sky kicks it toward the 25. It's taken there. Up the left side, numbers toward the sideline. Boy, Kobe Kemp lowered the boom on the return man, Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, the first 2 guys missed him. It looks like they were going for a little bit of a strip there. They were going to his right arm, which is on the inside of the field. Usually they taught me and Pee Wee to tuck the ball towards the outside of the field, towards the sidelines. And those Leake defenders are trying to knock it out.
Line of scrimmage, the 34-yard line, left hash for Simpson. What will happen in these last 2 minutes, 54 seconds? 2-by-2 set. Receivers split to each side. Baldwin with protection. Rebels rush 4. Throw it over the middle off the hands of McKinney at the 45, incomplete.
Yeah, McKinney just couldn't bring that one in, and he shows his frustration. He wanted that one, and he knew he should have had it. Leake able to breathe after that play.
2nd and 10. You have to think they're going to try to run that go route again. 2nd down, Baldwin, plenty of time. Heaves it up the right sideline, but it's going to be over everybody's head. They were looking for Walker, but great coverage from Joshua Gray. He didn't let Walker get behind him.
You know, Gray was trying to chase it down. He wanted an interception there, but it's just way overthrown, and Gray couldn't get there.
No timeouts for the Cougars. 2:42 on the clock, 3rd and 10.
Got to be big here for the Rebels.
2 receivers to each side. Rebels will rush 4. They stunt. In trouble in the backfield is Baldwin. Gets away from defenders, throws, and it goes off the hands of Riles Wilkerson. Incomplete at the 40-yard line.
Talk about the evasiveness there for Baldwin. Just a little inaccurate rush throw, but he got away from the defenders. Gave himself a chance on that play.
Got a timeout. There's a Rebel defender down, one of those D linemen pursuing the quarterback Baldwin, Alan Olivo. He's down at the 25-yard line. Hopefully a cramp. It's that time of the year and that time of the game when those things happen.
A lot of cramps in week 1, just about everywhere. That's why they're the games that end the latest, it seems. You got the heat timeouts. You have all the cramps.
2:34 left on the clock, as you see there. The Triple M Motors video stream. Boy, what a ball game this has been. 13-9 Simpson at the break as Olivo gets up. 4th down and 10 play coming up for the visitors from Mendenhall. Well, between Mendenhall and McGee. The Rebels have got to defend one more time, but on the last drive, the Cougars, well, it seemed like 4th down was, they had Leake right where they wanted them. They converted a 4th and 11. They converted a 4th and goal. They'll put 1 receiver to the left to the short side, 3 to the wide side. Got to get to the 44, keep the drive going. Baldwin to throw, flag down, chased, and that's a sack. A David Barham insurance sack Rebels got 4 defenders back there, and a flag came out. I think they're going to get the wide receiver on the near side for taking off early.
It was a very early flag thrown, and Leake will celebrate it.
Take a victory lap, Leake defense.
Oh, yeah.
The David Barham Insurance sack gives the Rebels the ball at the 26, leading 29-26 with 2:27 to play.
And this game has been cinematic in this fourth quarter. It has been quite a game to watch. Leake had to come back from behind. They get a commanding lead, and then Simpson comes back from behind where it looks like they had no hope and gave themselves a chance. But Leake comes up strong. Just got to run the clock here. Got to have some big run plays.
Simpson cannot stop the clock. 2:26 to go. Handoff, Adcock, left side. Following blockers, gets 5, maybe 6. Gets 5 down to the 21.
He's up to 103 yards on the ground this game, so 3 Rebels
and
over 100 yards in their categories.
Most of that in the second half for Garrett Adcock, because Rebels had only run for a total of 44 yards in the first half.
And he had 75 rushing yards himself in the third quarter, where he also had a pair of touchdowns.
Rebels will use as much clock as they can. Minute 50, clock draining, 10 on the play clock as they come to the line of scrimmage. Loaded up on the left side with Kemp at tight end, Wells as an H-back. Handed off, going in that direction. Adcock sheds 1 tackler, 2, still fighting. Gets the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down, close to the 10-yard line. They'll mark him at the 12. Chains will move. The clock will start winding again. They won't have to snap it for another 27 seconds. They won't have to snap it until there's close to a minute left. So this should do it.
Yeah, mathematically, you just take a knee and you're good.
That's what they're going to do. They've got the victory formation. Just snap it back to QB1. He'll take the knee. So they'll reset it again. While they do that, we'll remind you the Woodstock Furniture postgame is coming up. We expect to talk to Coach Brian Pickens up here in the brand new press box. Coop and I will recap the game for you. We'll even get a few scores if we can. And, boy, this is one that's worth talking about and reliving all the way home.
Yeah, it's been an incredible game. Like you talked about earlier, it's always a good one. I was listening to last year's, I think it was the district championship maybe between these two teams, and you saying how each time you just wonder how you didn't have to pay for this game, and that's how I'm wondering tonight.
And they take the last snap, down it, and that's going to run out the clock.
What a win for the Rebels tonight to open the season.
A tight one, but that's gonna do it. Final 8 seconds ticking off. You can put out the fire and put the dogs in the wagon now. Leake's going to be 1-0 with a hard-fought 29-26 victory here at home. What a ball game we've had. Final score, Rebels 29, Simpson 26. We'll be back with the Woodstock Furniture postgame, so don't go anywhere as Leake Academy football continues.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Life is full of surprises, but with the right insurance, you can be prepared for whatever comes your way.
At South Group Insurance, they offer tailored insurance solutions for your home, auto, business, and farm. Whether it's protecting your family or securing your future, they're always there to help.
South Group Insurance agents are local, experienced, and ready to help provide personalized service that's right for you.
South Group Insurance, just off the Court Square in Carthage.
Thanks to Rosebud General Store, I can get all I need to work the farm right here at home. because they go hand in hand with what you use. Spreaders, hay bale rings, cattle catch pens, head gates, and fencing supplies. And let's not forget a great clothing department with boots and shoes to clothe the whole family.
Plus feed and medicine for all our animals, and even a deli to feed us farmers at lunch. That's my faithful friends at Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East in Rosebud.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Navigate your way to Carthage Collision Center. Easy to find, right on Highway 16 in Carthage. Our professionals offer exceptional repair services, getting you back on the road in no time. Experience unparalleled customer service coupled with cutting-edge technology. Call us 601-267-4727.
Make a turn towards peace of mind with Carthage Collision Center, where quality meets reliability.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Ready for your next ride? Triple M Motors has been serving you for 54 years, offering unbeatable prices and an impressive selection to match every lifestyle. With easy financing options and top-notch service long after you drive away, your car buying experience is hassle-free from start to finish. Trust the name that's been in your corner for over 5 decades. Stop by Triple M Motors today and see why our customers keep coming back, generation after generation. Triple M Motors, Highway 35, Carthage. Sunrise over Neshoba County signals another hard-working day, and locals know just where to get the job done right. Neshoba County Co-op serves our community, supporting farmers, gardeners, and home growers with trusted supplies and friendly advice. From feed and seed to hardware and clothing, every aisle is filled with the essentials you use to make your living. Rooted in Mississippi traditions, the Neshoba County Co-op is proud to help your work flourish. Every season, every reason. Neshoba County Co-op, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
Philip Palmertree and Cooper Sanders, the press box on the 488. Leake wins week one, 29-26. Come from behind win. They had to come from behind a couple of different times tonight, I guess 3 different times, and ended up getting the win on the home field against Simpson. So the Rebels start out 1-0. They've got a game at JA next week, but we won't worry about that one right now. We're going to be talking soon to Coach Brian Pickens. He's coming off the field and hopefully coming our way. In fact, I got the thumbs up from him as he came through the gate, so we'll see him shortly. But just to recap in this game, it was 6-6 after a quarter. Simpson led 13-9 at the half. And Cooper, then the third quarter, Leake started to take control of the game, got a 21-13 lead after 3. Thought they might be able to get a stranglehold on this one, but, hey, Simpson really fought back.
Oh, yeah, the third quarter, it was really dominated by Adcock. Adcock had the 36-yard touchdown run, followed by a 13-yard touchdown run. He totaled 75 yards on the ground in that third quarter, and then that's when Simpson started to bounce back. Early on in the fourth, Colt Walker was wide open in the end zone for a touchdown, and then right after that, Leake was getting ready to punt. You know, it was going to pin them down a little bit, and then it was a bad snap that put the Cougars inside the 10-yard line, and they just capitalized, took a 26-21 lead, but then the Rebels came fighting right back with a 65-yard touchdown to Stovall.
Wow, the Rebels got it back with about 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go at their own 34-yard or 36-yard line, and we're talking about making that clinching drive, crunch time. Well, they just took care of it in one play, instantly retook the lead at the 3-minute mark. Short pass, about 10-yard pattern to Caden Stovall, and he shed a couple of tacklers, got into the open field, and I think I said it on the call, and yes, it was a cake reference. He's going the distance, he's going for speed, and he had the speed to take it to the house and give the Rebels the lead. And then Wilcox found Page in the back of the end zone on a rollout on a 2-point play, made it 29-26. The Rebel defense stood up and turned back the Cougars one more time, and they come out of here with the 3-point win in dramatic fashion here in the Woodstock Furniture postgame. We're talking about it. We're going to talk about it with the Rebels head coach, Brian Pickens. So he's getting the headset right now. We're about to hand it off to him as we talk about the Rebels' 3-point win on the home field. First time Coach Pickens joins us in this spacious new press box.
The sky box up here.
That's right.
It took me a little longer to get up here. I'd be winded.
Got to get in better shape to get this done. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us. And Cooper and I were talking about it. This was a game where we punched and they counter-punched. We had to come from behind 3 different times in this ball game. And I know you're proud of your team's resilience and how they responded to some adversity tonight.
Oh, yeah. We start off the game. We have the big play down there, and heck, that kid made a heck of a play for the interception in the end zone. I thought it was wide open. I was saying, okay, this is it's fixing to tie it up. I guess it was 6-0 at that time. And they picked it off. Well, then we had to step up, play defense, and got the ball back and scored. I think we got down there and fumbled. I think we got back down in there.
We fumbled inside the 5.
So that was 2 turnovers inside the 5-yard line. Then we finally hit pay dirt. Adcock gets in, and I'm a special team. I like our special teams, and I was real proud of Caden Stovall getting his first field goal. What was that? Was it like
32
yards? 32 yards. And they had said that he was good in pregame, and he was like 20 for 20 in pregame. So I said, heck, let's roll with it. Got 4th and 4. Mike could have got it. I don't know. But I said, heck, this is early in the season. Let's get him some confidence. So now, that's huge for us. That's telling us now we get inside the 20, we're going to come out with points. And I think a lot of people underestimate that fact. I know in high school it's all about, a lot of touchdowns. But, in every other, a level of football is all about how many points you're getting. I know Lane Kiffin and his whatever chart he had, but, I still go back to the Nick Saban stuff. Get your points and be happy with them. So now we take the lead 9-6. And then I guess they took the lead just for halftime. And so we go in at halftime, and that's tough. First game of the season. We couldn't ask for, better weather, but it's still muggy out there. It's still hot and muggy. That field was wet, and that's just a breeding ground for a good cramp to come up. And so you don't like really being down. We come back out, we score, we take control of the game, boom, get it in there 21-13. And I really thought we had control of the game, and I thought, we would take it. But they look, Simpson Academy, I've always said this, great rivalry. It's a hard-fought game. And when you count the other one out, they're going to rise up. Just like if they can't count us out, we'll rise up. Or we can't count them out, they'll rise up. And they rose up, and right there at the end, just had some misfortune on some of our special teams. And, something we're going to talk about Monday hard. I told the guys that, we had the block extra point down there. That thing right there. Sometimes and I kind of take a little blame on that. They took that time out, and sometimes you get everybody kind of psyched up. Probably should have calmed them down a little bit. We were so worried about blocking and protecting there. Right, first game. Sometimes you got to keep everybody a little calm. We got a little excited on the snap. Snap went overhead, but we hadn't had any bad snaps really in practice. So, we're going.
Of course, you have one tonight.
We had it, but hey, you get over it. But, I told the kids, you're going to make mistakes first game of the season. I'm going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. You got to scratch them. And that's what they did. They scratched them. It'd been easy to lay down. And then right there, we're just going to try to drive down the field. And really we're thinking, hey, let's take advantage of our underneath game, drive down, probably take some time off the clock and score. Well, Caden just taken, he's gone. Touchdown. He had a really good game tonight. And he's gone for a touchdown. And after that, our defense just bowed the neck. Like I said, I really feel like this might be one of our better defensive teams we put on the field in several years. And there's things we got to work on. And, that's what I told them. I said, guys, I know it's Labor Day. And, we all want to just chill out. But I said, we all know deep in our guts there's things we're going to work on, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to come up here, we're going to learn. We're going to learn from our mistakes, and and then go from there. Like I said, got a big game next week against Jackson Academy, but like I said, really, like I said, proud of the effort, proud of the conditioning. This group right here, I'm going to say this about them. You sit out there and everybody kind of takes for granted, hey, your kids got to be in shape. They're high school kids, but this group right here did what they did tonight during the summer. Running that hill. You go look up there. If you'll take a look to your left up that little hill on softball field, there's a big hill on the other side of softball field. And they run that thing during the summer. And, we only had 2 kids cramp up, and they took a lot of snaps, especially that defense in that second half. They were taking a lot of snaps out there, but felt like conditioning we were doing really good. But like I said, just proud of them. I told you earlier they're very similar to the teams we've had in the last few years. Just a great work ethic and a lot of determination, and you saw it tonight. So
we certainly saw it when we come out in the third quarter. And first half we had run for a total of 44 yards. But obviously the game plan coming in the third quarter was we're going to establish some run. I thought your offensive line rose up, blocked well, and you had some great runs in that third quarter. I think just 75 yards from Adcock by himself in that third quarter, and he finishes the night with over 100 on the ground. So
over 100. Good job.
Yeah, so I know you're proud of your run game and those guys up front. You got those experienced guys in the middle, two young guys on the outside, and they really rose up and played well in the second half.
Look, we were throwing a lot because it was there. I'll just be honest with you. So they were pinning theirs back. They were coming after us. We got a few holes, and that's some stuff we want to look at on film is, what happened to our pass pro there. Really, they only had, one sack, I believe. They had like 2 hurries, 1 sack. That's not bad for as much as we probably threw the ball tonight. But that's some things we got fixed. And those two young guys on the outside, they stepped up, did a good job. Running backs did a good job. Adcock and Gill. I'm the running backs coach, so those poor old boys, they get an earful because I don't really have sometimes nothing else to do except just holler at them. So, but they know I do it out of love. I tell them sometimes y'all get my own kid hollering. When like when I had my 2 older boys play it. I said, if your last name's Pickens, you were hollering that a little worse. But it's out of love. Well, them two, they ought to just call themselves Pickens because they gonna get it sometimes. But they do a great job, and they smile, grin, and just go right back at it, plunging right into it.
Well, Coach, thanks for giving us some time post-game. Y'all catch your breath and enjoy this one, and then we'll get some game plan in place, start locking it in for a trip down to Jackson next week against a talented ball club.
Go to the Brickyard next week. So, we've been down there many times. Heck, we played down there last year, twice we played down there. So,
let's make this the first of 2 appearances.
That's right. But anyway, well, how was the new skybox up here? I mean, these guys now, if you're on the radio, you can't see. They've got their own air conditioning. Now they've messed it up. They opened the windows, a little stuffy up in here, but they got their own air conditioning wall. I mean, nobody can mess with them.
That's right. So there's always adjustments you got to make, but they're happy adjustments we're making. I tell you what. So we appreciate the digs that we have up here. But congratulations, Coach Pickens, to you and the Rebels on a 29-26 win over Simpson tonight.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Coach Brian Pickens joining us on the Woodstock Furniture postgame, talk about the Rebels' 3-point win, and we'll get Cooper back on in just a minute. We'll remind you we will be on the air for the Crossgates Jewelers pregame at 6:10 next Friday night from Jackson with 7 o'clock kickoff, and get Cooper back on. Not sure if you got any scores handy. Do we have any finals? If not, that's okay. It's been a long night. We can have a short post game.
We have a few. I got some MAIS, and I can give you some MHSAA.
Give us half a dozen or so. You pick.
All right, I'll give some MAIS first. Look at this. Of course, we have Heritage Academy. It looks like they picked up a 41-14 win over Winston Academy. However, there were 2 scores for Heritage Academy reported.
The Heritage we know from Columbus, they were playing Winston tonight.
Which, looking at this, it says the Central Holmes report was incorrect.
Okay.
Looks like St. Patrick picked up a 40-0 win over Christian Collegiate over an 8-man football, a 44-0 win for Deer Creek over Kemper. Brookhaven Academy, a 53-7 win over Clinton Christian. East Rankin, a 35-12 win over Canton Academy. And, of course, Prairie View Academy 46-0 over Riverdale. And, of course, over in the MHS AA side of things, it looks like there's a 50-20 win for Petal over Hattiesburg. They're up right now, and I was checking earlier, and it looks like there was an absolute barn burner going on in Starkville. Check that score for, looks like Oak Grove is currently up 54-51 with 7:16 left in the fourth quarter over Starkville.
Well, hopefully they can make their free throws and win the ball game. Wow, all right, offense coming to play in week one. But, hey, Cooper Sanders, you did a great job tonight, and and it makes it a lot easier when you have a really exciting ball game to talk about.
Yes, sir, absolutely. You know, it might not have been as fun if we would have had a blowout, you know, whatever it might have been. But this was an exciting little introduction to Leake Academy football. Of course, I've kept up with a little MIIS over the years. I went to a few games when I was covering some high school ball around the state a few years ago. But, man, it's been good to step into this space and just really experience MAIS football tonight.
All right, well, we're going to leave you with that. Thanks, Billy Steen, our broadcast producer. Thanks, Mason Middleton. We appreciate his work on the camera. And appreciate all of you. And because if you don't listen, if you don't watch, well, what we do doesn't really matter that much. But y'all make it count, so we appreciate it. Hope you'll join us next week. That'll do it for us here at Thagard Field. We'll sign off and remind you again of the final score. Leake 29, Simpson 26. Simpson's got a home game with Pillow next week. Rebels have a road game at JA, and we hope you'll be there with us. So for our entire Boswell Media Sports crew, including Breck Riley, our award-winning producer-director, I'm Philip Palmertree, signing off until next week. Good night, grace and peace.